Should the 49ers sign Chandler Jones? There is a large contingent of Niner fans that want this to happen, especially after the Chargers went and got Khalil Mack to pair with Joey Bosa. The Niners have Nick Bosa. Why don't they go get Chandler Jones as opposed to worrying about a DB? What do you think?
To me, this would be almost as epic as the Khalil Mack trade yesterday to pair it with Nick's brother Joey there in LA. I think the Niners should consider this. You're looking at someone who had double-digit sack numbers in 5 out of the last 6 seasons. Between 2015 and 2019, he averaged 14 and a half sacks per season, 2 All-Pro nods. But he is 32 years old. He was limited to 5 games in 2020 because of the bicep surgery that he had. It returned last year, again, had the double-digit sacks, 10 and a half sacks, 12 tackles for loss.
But of those 10 and a half sacks, 5 came week 1.
Yes, it was a windfall initially.
Yes, he had 5.5 sacks from week 2 to week 17. That's not good. I mean, that's concerning. That's a full season.
It's very concerning. The age is concerning, but what is true is that this bookend, having someone opposite of Bosa, to me in 2019 was absolutely what unlocked the efficiency of that pass rush. So to me, the need is there for the bookend. I just don't know if the money's going to be worth it. I mean, this is a heavy interest. You've got the Seahawks listed, Broncos, Dolphins, Falcons, all showing interest, as you should, in Chandler Jones, all according to Jordan Schultz. To me, this is another one where if you can get back a second for Jimmy in this year's draft, which I realize is a 50-50 prospect, maybe at best, I would rather go after one of the younger pass rushers in the draft here than to bring in Chandler Jones. I would rather go after a veteran corner, use the money that they could spend on Chandler Jones on a corner, and then go young in the draft, because I'd still like to see the emergence of Charles Omenihu and Samson Ebukam and re-signing Jordan Willis. And I feel like if you go this route with Chandler Jones, you're limiting the production that any of those guys will have this year.
Yeah, I think it basically comes down to whatever the price is. Like, at a certain price, you absolutely sign Chandler Jones. If he calls you up and says, this is the only place I want to go and I'll make it worth your while, then yeah. If they could get him for $10 million, like a 1-year, $10 million deal, or a 2-year, 3-year, $30 million deal, yeah, no brainer. If he wants $16 million a year, no thanks.
No.
So it's, I mean, yeah, if he is dying to play for the Niners and live in Santa, what is it?
Santa Clara.
Clara.
Which would you rather have? Would you rather have an elite number 1 corner or an elite bookend pass rusher? If you had to choose one.
Would I rather have 2 great pass rushers or 1 great edge rusher and 1 great DB? I'll take that. I mean, that's the Rams formula.
Yep.
And I think the Niners had an excellent pass rush last year. They didn't necessarily have that, but they had. I mean, Ebukam I thought is good. Armstead's good. What you need is 4, not 2.
Yes.
And having 2 great ones is great, but having 1 great one, and all that depth and the waves that you could come at, just give me 1 excellent DB to go along with it. I'll take that. But I mean, really, it's not like people aren't going to be scared shitless to face the Chargers next year. I mean, damn.
Oh my God. When those 2 are healthy,
yeah,
it's going to be crazy.
Both are good options. Ingram can't catch, blocking not great, tight end 2 slot. Yeah, he does drop passes. So does Debo. I'm saying at a price as a tight end 2 slot, I think Kyle would be interested.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I agree. And the guy that I presented drops passes too. So it's not like the rookie that I said we could go after would be any better in that regard.
Hey, Gio, thank you for your $5. Kittle is the best thing that happened to the Niners as 49er fan. Kittle is the best thing that happened to the Niners. Have you heard of Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, Steve Young? You heard about them? You heard about Debo? Heard about Bosa?
I did like Larry Kruger's points on your show where he talked about the outside value to Kittle, right? To the franchise, as a business, to the locker room. But I agree with the fact that from an injury standpoint, from a production standpoint, it's not so crazy what you've presented as far as trading Greg.
You can't promote a guy if he's hurt. He can't be the face of your team if he's in the training room. And frankly, I think Debo's the face of the team. I don't know if the Niners agree, but I think the people would say that Debo's the face.
I think he is now, yeah.
Walking down before the game with the boombox is that's the team.
Yeah.
And then Trey, Kittle's the best thing. Yeah, we got you. If Joshua says if Jimmy G goes to the Colts, who wins more games?
Ooh.
The Niners. Jimmy's most likely not going to make it through the season healthy. I'm sorry. You can't say things like that. But that's probably what's going to happen. So
seems fair.
The Niners. Sorry.
I agree. I have to go back through now that the AFC West has freaking changed, but I tend to see the Niners still as an 11-win team.
Is Kittle in the doghouse? Yeah, my doghouse. Greg? They fired his position coach. What was that about? Christian Watson had 2 didn't fire him. Christian Watson had 2 kick return touchdowns last year. Just saying, I still like Christian Watson. You already know how.
Love that. I just think he'll be gone by the time it gets to our pick.
With the coach upgrades, could that have been the issue this last year? I'm predicting the coaching is going to look cleaner as opposed to last year. A lot of experience left. A lot of young guys coming in. Be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm going to be covering the coaching changes with Jack on my program this afternoon at 4:30. So if you want more info, tune in.
Boom. Murphy says if Trey works extremely hard this offseason and puts 100% of his focus into football, do you think he'll be able to throw a spiral by next year? That was hella funny. They set it up and then the punchline. It was great.
That's cold, Murphy.
I was cold. But you know what? I got to respect it because that's how I would do Jimmy Garoppolo. I would like to think so. I think a lot of the spiral thing from him is him pressing and like literally gripping the ball too hard. He needs to calm down and play a little bit. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he has small hands. I don't know. I'm not talking about small hands though because I can't. I play with Nerf balls. Niners are connected to so many free agents as Chase. Bro, with what cap space? Jimmy best be gone here in the next few days. They better not cut Samson Ebukam to make this cap space. I actually like Samson. He should stay. That could have been a topic today too, but we can't talk about everything. I just say don't cut Samson.
Don't
talk to Samson. Draft Matt Ariza from SDSU and cut Mitch Wish. Oh, I'm down. No, don't draft punters.
You don't want the punt god in round 3?
You can sign punters. You don't need to spend draft picks on punters. No, absolutely not. Bump Amenahue inside like they did with Keyboom. Yeah, I mean, I trust Kosirk. I think he knows pretty much how to generate a pass rush. He's kind of the best at it. Ruby,
no doubt,
Debo's the base of our team, but I feel like Bosa is definitely under talked about. Dude has been insane to the adversaries. He's had amazing player. Yeah, it's just. Yeah. Why do people not talk about Bosa that much? Well, he missed a year and he's problematic.
He is problematic. And in the pressers, he just is underwhelming. I mean, when you ask him a good question, you get 0 back.
I don't know, kind of. You could say that. I kind of like his answers after losses. He won't sugarcoat it, but really he has nothing to say.